Welcome back everybody to another episode of Transport Fever with me, Vapor, and I guess by the time you get this the game will be out. I'm recording this on the launch day, but as we've mentioned many times, the current internet I'm using at the moment is rather slow, so it takes quite a while to upload an episode. But at this point I'm sure many of you are actually enjoying the game or downloading the game if your internet is as bad as mine. However, you might notice something different. We're currently at Saulo Town, but Saulo Town's in a different place. What I decided to do is I listened to all your feedback about things that I'd been doing, and I thought, well, we may as well make a full-on series of this. So I started a new map, and now on a large map, and as you can see, large is large. There's no doubt about that. It's huge. So what I've done is I've picked a new town to make Saulo, and the main reason I picked this town is because there was a farm here and a food factory here. Nice and easy. Although as you can see, the food factory is producing quite a lot of food, so much so. These symbols, by the way, if you're not aware, let you know how much is waiting, whether it be people or goods. So here you can see there's one or a few people. Doesn't necessarily mean one. If I click on the stop, oh, there is one. I'm sure. Okay, I've seen it with a lot more than that. So yeah, so this isn't really keeping up. There's 50 currently waiting, and I think these hold 4 or 5 each. 5. And at the moment, this factory is producing 100 of its 100 limit, and as you can see here, upgrade scheduled in 1 month. So the factory is going to upgrade itself, which more than likely will give it a limit of 200. The farm over here has already done that. Now it's not gone much over. I think if I put another train in here, it would more than likely upgrade because the limit would go up. But the production and the limit is all dictated by how often it's being used. So in this case, how often it's getting the goods to make the food, and I'm assuming that in the same kind of token, how much of that product is being shipped elsewhere. And for here, it's how often it's just being taken away to somewhere else. So the longer it waits, the more the production goes down. Well, we'll speed the game up because I'm interested to see if the building actually changes. So let's just up the speed a little bit. And for those of you wondering from the last episode, oh, there we go, it did, it changed, and the limit of 200. And no upgrade or downgrade scheduled at this time. Yeah, so in the last episode, I had a bit of a predicament with the signals. I actually figured it out in the end. I was putting too many signals in. Just completely overcomplicating it. So I'm more than likely will put another line in here and then put some signals on that, because it just seems like the best course of action. I could put a double station in and have a line the whole way, but I like the idea of using the signals, so we will do that. But I'm at the moment owing 4.5 million to the bank. Now the maximum is 10 million, and that brings me to the other reason why I started another episode, because I've got to the 10 million, and once you get to that point, if you've made a bit of a mess, it's hard to go back. So basically, yeah, we started again. Now my main goal here isn't to overspend, so I'm going to try and spend little enough, and let's have a quick look at our lines. So the food train is currently making 225,000. The food transport are these little carts here that are taking the food from here. They're making quite a lot of money. It's not too bad considering. And the line 1 is the bus route that's just kind of circling this town. It's making a loss at the moment, but it generally breaks even. Now, I'm probably going to criticise myself here and kind of say, if we bring the line up, let's have a look, line 1. So it literally goes around the town, and if we look at what it goes through, so we got your residential, your commercial, and your industry, so it goes around them all. If someone's here and they want to get to here, they're going to walk, because they're not going to get on the bus and follow it all the way around here to get to there. So I guess I could learn a lesson from myself there, to maybe have a bus going from there to say here, and maybe a bus from there to there or something like that, and just kind of look at what people are doing, because if you click on them, it tells you where they live, where they're going, where they shop. Maybe we'll get an idea of what they're actually up to. This, although it is being used, and like I say, where is it? It does break even. It's not fit for purpose, so that's probably the first thing we're going to deal with. But I will check this. 56. We could, yeah, I'm going to buy a few more vehicles. Let's do that first. 1, 2. Let's do another 5. Why not? Set the line. There we go. The other thing that I've done as well is I've not started the game at the earliest year. I've set it a little bit further. I think I started in 1870, so I've been playing for 9 years currently. I did that just because I wanted to move it forward just a little bit. I mean, I could have played really far in the future and had all the modern vehicles, but that seemed a bit like cheating, to be honest. Okay, just having a quick look back at the farm. Is that 144 production? There's a fair amount of stuff waiting here. But I'm pretty sure, because this is quite a big train, it can handle it. So, although we've got different trains we can buy, let's have a quick look in here. Slow the game down, we don't need to speed it off. So I think the last series, last episode, we had this one and this one. And now we've got this Prussian G3. I did think about getting it, but it costs $64,000 a year to run. So it's pretty much twice the cost of this one. And the difference being it's 31 miles per hour, 28 miles per hour, so there's only a few miles per hour between them. Okay, the horsepower is almost double, but the train we've got is working fine. It's hitting its top speed. I'm quite happy with it. So sometimes I guess it's not always important to upgrade to the newest thing, although I wouldn't mind a steam vehicle, because at the moment we're using these horses and carts to is that the end of the year save? Yep. To kind of cart this food goods. But if you come and look at our bus service, see one here somewhere. There we are. We have a steam vehicle. I've never I don't think I've ever seen that before. Apparently it's French. And that goes a little bit quicker, so that would be fairly useful. Right, let's have a quick look at what Salo thinks of us before we start tinkering around with the bus service. I think I also mentioned about the sensitivity of the scroll. There is an option. I did find it. As you can see, it's not going crazy now. So we're good for the shopping facilities. 72 of the 103 cargo demand. Now that's probably based on, if we bring this up again, so we're looking at the blue buildings here. This building here does service these. So if we had more of those, this demand, I'm assuming, would go up. Poor is my bus service, which is the thing we are going to deal with. I could put a few more roads in, because they do build on them if you do it. It's quite interesting. I've not seen them build their own roads yet. Oh, that's a big road now. Now if you hold the shift, I think it stops it from snapping. Yeah. So it's not snapping properly, but if you take your finger off shift, it does actually snap. So we'll connect that to there. This is a little bit strange around here, isn't it? I would personally have that road there. I might change that later on. I think we're quite happy with that. Right, let's pause the game. Let's come out of here. Let's bring up our lines. So line 1. So I'm not necessarily going to remove the bus stops. I think we're just going to have a bit of a tinker. So if we make a new line, let's line 1, new line. So let's say if we go from here to, let's say here. See, that's not very direct, is it? Let's try and change that from, let's remove Church Road. What about from there to there? That might work. So if we, how do we drop one vehicle? Can we set line? Haha. So if we set 2 vehicles on that for the moment. Let's unpause it. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Because it's only a short route. And then we can do the same again here. So if we do another new line. And add stations. So if we say... Let me just think about this. So we take that one. Ooh, what happened there? There we go. If we take that one, it's gone round in a circle. Link to that one, and then that one. So that one's a little bit wider. We'll see how it works. So we need some vehicles on there. So set you to the blue line, and you can go into those now. Now, what we're interested in here is to see what happens from a financial point of view. The first thing to bear in mind is they're not going to make any money the first time they go around. And they're quite slow. So let's speed it up and just see what happens. Looks like we've got a new commercial building coming here because the grain is blue. So that means there is some expansion going on. Now this might not work. It's the first thing to note. We're trying something different out here to see what happens. The odds are that line 1's going to lose even more money because there's not enough vehicles going around. Or it might actually work better. We'll see. Okay, I'll just let it run for a few months just to see what would happen. So line 1 is currently in a profit, but it kind of jumps around as you can see. And line 2 and 3 are not really... they're not losing loads. So we'll see. This is all a test. I just kind of want to see how it works because if we come down here, we've looked at this before. Click on a person. This person's going to the shop. So their home is here. Shop is there. So they're going a fair distance, but this person prefers the faster method. And they're going to walk. Where's their work? Here. So this person lives here somewhere and prefers to walk everywhere. So that tells me either my service is too slow or it's just not really going where they need it to. So, I mean, if he got the bus here, he would have to go all the way around. That's the problem. He could walk to here and get the bus to there, but it's not really helping them. So, when we come to kind of talk about micromanagement, there is a little bit of that, I guess, to get it right. Maybe I'm overthinking and I do have a tendency to do that. But I like the idea of some of these kind of being in little intricate circles and overlapping on different stops. So they could get on a bus here to there, get off the bus, come to here, as opposed to going the whole way around. So we will work on that, I think. Right, the next thing to look at again is the farms. As you can see, we've got a lot of stuff waiting here. More than my train is pulling. And it's also scheduled for an upgrade in 1 month. So it's going to produce even more stuff. So let's move that forward. 31 days. There we go. So it's, oh my goodness, it's doubled its production. Yikes, we definitely need another train. Now, this is all about cost. Because I don't want to run away with the money. So how much is this line actually making us? 95. Is this what it's making? Show tasks. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. Vehicles. Finances. So the running costs, this is for the year, isn't it? Yep, so it costs 265,000. Oh my god, that is so much money to actually just run the vehicle. So it's not just the cost of the train, it's the cost of all the carts behind it. And we made 385,000, so we only actually made 121,000 from it. That's insane. So our costs are ridiculously out of control. I mean, our profit's a profit, don't get me wrong, but like I say, if we'd have bought that other train the actual cost there is a bit much. What about the oldest train? It's 20k a year, 36k a year. I mean, it is double again, but what's the difference in power? 68 horsepower, it's double. 25. See, I could have used a smaller one, maybe. Maybe. Right, let's go for some tracks and some signals. Oh yes. This is where it all goes wrong. I think we might be able to sneak. If I do this right. Is that the right? Yeah, that's right. I think we can probably sneak one through. Somewhere like this. This is more of a direct route, actually. Looking at it at the moment. Oh, am I playing it really fast? Oh no. Now the thing is, I've got to think about here. Is connecting it to this. One field will be removed. Yeah, we don't want to be doing that. Yeah, and that's not going to work either. Let's take this back a little bit. I need it to connect. I wish the kind of little blob would change colour when it connects, just so you are kind of aware that it has done it. Come on, there we go. Nice. Right, the signals. Here's where the fun starts. So we need one here, just before this little kind of junction. And then we'll need one on the opposite side, somewhere there. So that lets the train go through this way. The best way to tell if you've done it right is if you view the lines. We bring the food train up. Right, at the moment, the train's going to go that way. It's not even going to consider the other route. But if we come back down to this side and do the same again, which is there. And then the same on this side. Oh, that's peculiar. I was expecting it to send a green route this way as well. I put that the right way around. Oh, I put it on the wrong track. Have I put it on the wrong track? I might have. 1 second. Let me come all the way down here. So that one's there. I said I figured this out. No, it doesn't look like I have, does it? There's one there. And then we come down here. There's one on that side. I'm sure that's right. I don't think we need one. Ah, there you go. Haha. That's how you know you've done it right, because now it's letting you know, and that's why I said bring up the actual the train line view. So it's letting me know that the train will come in this way and it will go back that way, and it will use those signals. Haha, I told you I cracked it. Now realistically, I might need another one up here. Can I clone this train without sending it back? Huh, buy trains. I did see a clone train. Maybe I need to train in the depot, so let's speed the game up. My goodness, look at the production. Oh my god. I'm never going to keep up. And this here. Oh, we're on top of that now. Production here. Is he getting enough? He's not getting enough product. Yeah, we're not getting enough products coming in. So it's actually churning through it quicker than we can give it, which is slowing this down. So now this isn't going to make as much money as it should. Some of these vehicles are not going to pick anything up. So we'll send this to the depot as soon as it unloads. I'm pretty sure we can do a clone train. So that's unloaded. Into the depot you go. This is going to cost me a small fortune. Is it this one? Clone vehicle. Not enough money. Yeah, I didn't think so. Is it enough money now? Oh, it's expensive. Oh my goodness, how much did this train cost? There we go. Yikes. Set line all. There we are. So we're currently at 6 million. I do want to pay some of this off. So what I might do at some point is just leave the game run a little bit, so we can start paying it back, because on top of all the other costs that we have, I mean, these are based on construction, what I've just been doing. What I've been taking out, new vehicles, the running costs, railroad. Whoa, it's going to be double that now. Well, this will be interesting to see. So this production's nowhere near its limit, which is costing money. Oh look, these train lines are actually making a profit. No, bus lines. So the smaller circles are actually helping. I say that now, it's November. When we get to the end of the year, it might kind of wipe some of this out. But these like more smaller routes are working a little bit better. Well, we'll leave that up there for the moment. Let's have a look at how... Right, that one's just sat there. I want to see how this actually works. Slow the game down, it's going to lag in a second anyway. As soon as the save comes up... There it is. So I'm getting... Oh, a new train. We will go and take a look at that in a second. So that's full, obviously. We expected that. Oh my goodness. This production's obviously gone backwards because the station's got so much in it, which is not great. It's taking the train a little bit of time to get going from there. And this one's coming in now. Brilliant. Yeah, this has definitely worked out better. So I'm guessing this is what we're actually making after the maintenance cost is taken out. The food train, obviously, that makes sense. They stopped for a while I built another one. But as long as we're making a profit, it doesn't matter how big or how small. As long as these numbers are green, I really don't mind. Oh, now we're in a deficit. But not for long. Boom! Just like that. And then this will pick up now. Let's have a look in here. They do go through this fairly quickly. That train's just about pulling into the station there. Now hopefully, at the point that this train gets to say about here, that one will be on its way back. I'm hoping anyway. As long as this is making a fair amount of money, even though we're not getting as much food in there as we would like. Let's speed it up and let's just watch these trains for a second. Here we go, it's on its way back. Now if these get into a kind of a nice synchronization, that will pop through there and this will carry on without slowing down. But I think... Oh, it's so close. Which is a shame, because it's going to take it time to speed up again. I suppose the only other option would be to fiddle with the lines a little bit, but we can't remove these fields. That's all I know. We're going to start making some serious money now, I'd like to think. What did I say we were making? It was about 150k, so we should potentially double our yearly earnings on that, even though it's really expensive to run. That's not too bad. I'm quite happy with that. And how are we doing here now? 142 production. It's starting to go up again, which means potentially it will expand again. Yeah, man, that's so close, isn't it? It's a shame it has to stop. I could probably actually put another train on here. In hindsight, I never expected it to kind of react this way. I'm still learning the game, obviously, and I've only literally pretty much played it in the episodes that you've seen so far. Oh no, yeah, there we go. That took quite a bit. Wow, I'm really happy with this. I can't remember who suggested doing food. I think it was more than one person, so thank you for that. And also for saying maybe just doing the bus routes around the local town. Although I still owe a lot of money to the bank, we are actually making a profit. Why is that so low? That's a little bit worrying though. Let's click on the actual train itself. Running costs 230k, income 385, 134k. Is there a way of looking at my end of year? There was, wasn't there? So, last year I spent 1.71 million. That's the construction for you. But as we stand now, and we're almost at the end of the year, I'm at 133,000 profit, which the last few years you can see, that's looking like my best year so far. Let's just slow the game down. Is that a new vehicle? Oh, compartment car. Okay, so he's giving me more stuff for the trains. No more vehicles for the road by the looks of it. No logo. I need to see if I can put my own logo in here. But there we go. So population. Oh, these are the towns, tracks. Yeah, I'm not too sure what that's all about. Oh, it's company. Okay, I see. And I'm guessing the biggest town on the map currently, yeah, Salo Town. Without a doubt, with everything that's going on in here. How are we doing here? Production 164. It's still not quite getting the food as quick as it needs it. Which is insane, really, with the amount that we're bringing. How much have we got waiting? I want to see how much it actually takes. Let's have a look. It took the vast majority of it, didn't it? I don't know if we should put another train on here. We can put a route out here. Oh my god, imagine the signal in there. That's going to blow my mind, isn't it? If I have to put a line going, say, this way. Oh, that, I think maybe it'd just be easier to put a second station in and maybe a second line. I don't know. I don't even know if we can expand this. Oh, we can upgrade it. What happens? Number of tracks. 2. So, one field will be removed. You see, we don't want to be doing that. That's the problem. Oh, we can make it a smaller platform length. I don't know if that makes a difference. It probably does to the amount of goods that can be sat on the station. Nice, we can make some really long ones. Okay, so that's something to bear in mind. I can't believe just how much is waiting there. This is bugging me a little bit. It's a shame. Once we get more powerful trains, it'll be better. Speaking of which, let's have a look. This is the new one, wasn't it? No, we already had that. We had this compartment car. That was new. Maybe this is. Oh right, yes, because we had the Prussian G3 and now we got the T3. So how much does this cost? 119k a year. Yikes. Okay, it's a German train. 394 horsepower. It's really strong. Speed 25. So it's more of a kind of a tugging sort of train, isn't it? It's got a lot of horsepower but not too much speed. Well, I'm not really interested in buying that. Let's see, make sure we didn't get any vehicles. No. It's unfortunate. It really is. And I wish we could pay back in smaller increments than 500k because, yeah, I'm not making that kind of profit. I don't think... it'd be interesting to see if we make more without me actually interacting. If I just leave it to do its own thing. We kind of need to sort this line 1 out because it's not making us any money. What's Salo currently looking at? So food is good. Transportation is poor. Jobs. Maybe that would make a difference. Maybe we should look at that next. Is this a forest? That's iron ore. Wood. That's an actual forest. Okay. Coal mine. Does coal need processing, or do they just take that? we got here? Machines, fuel. Okay, so it needs to be used somewhere. We got a quarry. See, there's nothing really nearby that I can use to kind of help the job issue. This is where having better trains is going to help. And like we're doing here, a train to a certain point and then vehicles taking it into the town. We've got a lot to think about, we really have. Well, I think I'm going to leave this episode here. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, drop me a like, I much appreciate it. I think restarting was the best move, even though we're at 6 million and 10 million's the max. I still think we've done the right thing. And if you've got any tips, because I know you guys can play it now, some better ways of making money, I think this is fairly good. I might have been better going through the mountain with a tunnel, but I didn't want to spend that kind of money to make it more direct. But yeah, any hints and tips are greatly appreciated. But on that note, until next time, as always, take care.